Dude, I'm so sorry to announce that Nate won't be joining us, but I will be.
I'm back.
Hi, Nate. I've been here the whole time. I've been patiently waiting.
Well,
How's it going?
They locked the door to the crypt.
They did,
So I couldn't get in.
Yeah, I did. That was me.
Oh.
Yep.
You don't want me here? I can just climb back up into the ceiling. I came through the vent.
Well, no, you have to.
This crypt has central AC.
Yeah,
That's canon now.
I installed a two-factor authentication on all the door locks. I just did not give you the code. My bad.
I'm a one-factor kind of guy.
I know. Okay, so anyways, we haven't been here in a while.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I've been here, but you haven't been
Now I'm
here.
going to rattle off the list of where I was.
Yeah.
So the last episode that I was featured in was January 9th, in the year of our Lord 2026. And I believe the 16th after that, January 16th, which was Friday, I believe that was a snow day.
Yeah.
So that is why we didn't do an episode that day. Then the Friday after that, the podcast setup was at the FTC Buffalo Qualifier. It was being set up there, so we didn't have the stuff here in the lab, so we couldn't do a podcast. And that Buffalo Qualifier, because of the snow, unfortunately, did not happen.
Yep.
Very sad. And then the 30th, I don't know why I didn't. I think we just forgot. I think we just straight up forgot.
It's a habit that you lose.
Yes. Then
We're getting old. We're forgetting. Nate.
Yeah. Then on February 6th, that was all set up for the FRL Buffalo Championship, which did happen, and the stream is on this channel.
The two streams.
The two streams.
Because of slight issues. I might actually talk about that today. I don't know.
Let's talk about it right now.
Okay, cool. So, FLL Championship went pretty well this year. We used the scouting app that I made for it, or the scoring app, I should say. Works off of the same platform as our scouting app for FTC and FRC competitions, but the difference was the judges we don't know. Well, we do know, but we don't really. They're not part of our organization.
Yeah.
Because of that, they all had to use the same login to get into the app. And that worked fine, right? I'm very thorough with it. I make sure that everybody knows exactly what to do. But something happened, and the whole thing got shut down partway through. But the great thing is, nobody noticed. Basically, nobody noticed. The only people that noticed were the people that were scoring, me, and Miss Wells, who, shout out Miss Wells for being absolutely awesome and helping me out with fixing it. And the fix was we went to paper. We did it on paper.
We went analog.
So that was interesting. I always thought that system was kind of sketch. So I'm thinking for next year we're gonna switch to something called Nexus for FLL, which is like FRC Nexus, but it's for FLL, which is why they called it Nexus for FLL. I know. Full event management software, pretty cool. Still need to join the waitlist. Is this here? Yes, I'm gonna tell him. Anyways, yeah, so that's what happened. It was pretty cool. And then it wasn't, but I got through it because we just pushed through.
Then after FRL, Friday the 13th.
Whoa, spook.
Scary day.
Spoopy.
We were too scared to do the podcast because it was too scary. Then Friday the 20th, I was in Idaho checking out a potato farm investment I recently put some money into. And then that brings us to today, the 27th of February in 2026. And here we are. I've broken in through the ventilation system in the ancient Egyptian crypt that we have been hosting the podcast in this year.
Yeah, actually, I should give you the key now that you've made it in.
Yes, now that I've made it in. Oh, that is gross. He just picked up a piece of Velcro that's been on the ground, and now it's got like a bunch of dust and hair in it.
I'm going to put it back now.
Thank you. Luckily, I can leave the crypt whenever I want because it's not real.
It's still not real.
It's still not real. You fell for it again.
Yep. That's world building. That right there. That is.
this dimension that I've trapped Harmon and I in shifts at my will.
Yep.
Anyway, let's rattle off a couple FTC updates.
I'm going to shift the dimension first, just to prove that it's possible.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stretch it out. No.
No.
Get small.
Us?
Yes, I want to.
Hold on.
I'm shifting. I'm word building. I'm shifting dimensions.
The camera's just so wide. It's just got a little. The sun is warming up.
Yeah, I'm using my powers.
All right, use the powers. Go.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Well, Mohammed undoes that. Undo spell. Mohammed undoes that.
Just takes a second.
I'm going to rattle off a couple FTC updates. In the last episode, I didn't know you could do it too.
I got the touch.
Wow. In the last episode, Emily and Hamid were talking about the green team heading off to the Albany qualifier,
Yep.
which we did.
Yep.
And by we, I mean everyone except me, because I didn't go. And what we did okay at that one. What was
Yeah,
the
how'd
final
that go?
ranking?
How'd that go?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, you tell me.
I think we did okay. What was our final ranking?
Something in the top 10. I think we were. We would have been picking. That's what I remember.
FTC Scout. FTC Scout. I should have opened this before I started. 1, 2, 7, 3, 6. Electric Mayhem Green from Buffalo, New York. We got 8th place in quals.
Swell.
And we played in the tournament.
Swell.
And we had a record of 3-2. And we got 2nd place connect.
Yep. And my dad brought pizza. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Then we went to Corning, which we did much better at. And by much better is we won.
And my dad brought pizza again.
And his dad brought pizza and soda.
So yeah.
It was just sparkling water
with like
flavored that tastes like soda.
A little bit flavored. It was awful.
Yes, it was awful. But the cookies were good.
I don't know.
So
how
I forgave
people
him.
Can drink sparkling water. I don't understand why people like drink stuff for the fizz. I don't drink soda for the fizz even. I drink it because it tastes like juice, but it's like I just drink juice some of the time because it's like without the fizz. I don't know why people like fizz. It's just carbon dioxide. Like it doesn't taste.
That's valid,
either.
though. That's valid.
Like I don't get.
That's
it.
valid.
Anyways, but we got pizza.
Yes.
And we won.
And we won. We played with.
Who did we play with, Nate?
Proto. Thank you, Etienne. I just totally forgot. I had their name in my head as I was saying it, and then it just left me. We played with Proto, and we beat not 1, not 2, but 3 Corning teams at their own event, which was pretty fun. Yes. We played against Gorilla Bots and Mech Meltdown. In the finals.
Finals?
And we defeated them twice. Both pretty close games. They both came down to like 20 points. It was pretty intense. It was it was quite the spectacle.
There was a lot of stuff from what I remember that was based on penalties alone.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
The FTC game this year is big penalty. It comes down. You got to be careful of those penalties.
Yeah. Thankfully, we were playing pretty clean, so most of the penalties were helping us.
Yeah.
So I think our winning game was actually completely decided based on penalty, which is pretty crazy.
And pretty rad. And which means we're going to the FTC Excelsior Region Championships in Utica, New York. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yep, at the
MVC
Jorgensen Athletic Center at Mohawk Valley
Community College. Famously not named after Oscar.
Yep.
And so that we're hoping to have a pretty fun championship there. We've made some changes to the robot.
I'm gonna pull that up actually as well because we have some CAD. So just to show it,
I'm gonna use my CAD powers. I'm going to turn this dimension into CAD.
Hold on, it's loading.
I'm going to turn this dimension into CAD.
Loading. It's Cam. Hello, Cam.
Cam, help me turn this dimension into CAD.
Loading Cam Studio. It's loading you Studio, Cam. Cam, it's loading
I'm turning this dimension into CAD, Emily. Help me.
Loading me?
Okay, current final assembly. Surely this will have the current final assembly.
How
much you want to bet?
Not a lot.
That is about half the robot.
Go to the other
The other one is assembly with new something.
I haven't worked on the FTC CAD in a good long while.
I can tell. Oh, there we go. It's not the right. Okay.
That's fine. It's close enough.
The one that doesn't say the final is just the one that's okay.
And I'm going to turn this dimension into CAD. Whoa. So yes, new robot. It's pretty similar to the old robot, but the intake is like twice as wide now, so we can pick up like twice as many bars. It's pretty rad.
It's like
It's like the whole robot now. It's great. Yeah.
It's a 4x3. It's widescreen.
Yes, it's a widescreen intake. The tube is gone. It was too slow. So now we have some boot wheels in the back kicking it up and some green compliant wheels up on top. 2 color sensors tell us where we at.
Straight slice it in half real quick.
The outside of the robot is straight up aluminium, for those who like to say aluminum wrong. And
so this is the path. It's this big intake wheel, which is rubber bands, goes into
the classic rubber band intake.
And then there's 2 sets of regular roller wheels, and then
some boot wheels.
There are how do I?
You gotta grab the arrow.
Move it. Yeah, these boot wheels right here. So these are the so at Penfield we had that issue of the dead zone between the turret and the stuff. Completely redesigned everything, and it's gone now. It's really good.
The turret now has 2 actively driven back and front wheel
instead of a
passive back wheel.
And there's no more hood. This is a fixed angle, but because you have 2 speed controls, it's all right.
You can drive them independently. And the side plates on the side, they're not actually used for anything. They're just snazzy.
Yep. And also what's it called? We had a change between Albany and Corning, which had to do with this 2-wheel system. Before, there was a space here where this motor was. The motor is now directly attached to the wheel. It used to be belted, and the belt caused a whole bunch of friction and a whole bunch of bad. But now this is really good. It spins for like 10 seconds.
Direct drive your motors.
Yeah. When they got flywheels on them, direct drive them.
Direct drive your motors, brothers and sisters.
Yeah. And yeah, that's basically it. We have pretty much the same eggs, same drivetrain. We have some new snazzy black anodized metal on the robot, which it looks like that in real life, basically.
It's pretty rad.
With this very cool engraving on there. And then this one, which did not actually come out very well, so we just put stickers over it. But this one was pretty cool.
Yeah, that actually looks rad.
Yeah.
Read the build thread. Josh and Emily have started writing it. They're doing a great job. And if you want to see all the updates, read the build thread. It's pretty rad.
Proto replied to us as well.
Big up, Proto.
Let's go. And yeah, so these lights are still here. And these color sensors that are in here are going to be used to basically just beam the color from here to here. It's like a magic color tube. It beams it to the
so you can see what colors you have.
Yeah, it's a 3-pixel camera, which is not a lot of pixels, but it's enough to tell that there's a purple here, a green here, and a purple here, or whatever you need, which is pretty cool. And there's a limelight on here, which we may or may not use for localization. Not critical path, but it'll be cool. And
also the gears driving the turret are now inside the robot and also way bigger.
Yeah, and we're also probably going to get rid of one of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're having some issues with the rotatiness of this guy. Basically, if you tell it to go oh, I want you to point straight, this way, it's going to go, view, and then it's just going to kind of stop right there. And no amount of PID is really helping tune that. Because it's either going like that or it's overshooting, and it's doing a combination of overshooting and steady state, which is not supposed to happen. So we're thinking about some mechanical changes just to make it a little easier. And one of those is getting rid of a motor because the 2 motors driving it they just clash with each other. Maybe we'll see if that works. The other thing is that we think that the motors have a dead band where past a certain power they just shut off. So what we're going to do is take the output of the PID controller and kind of bias it upwards so that when the PID controller says go, the motors go, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is the changes that have been done and are going to be done soon, which is pretty cool. What are you doing?
I'm changing the dimension, not from CAD back to the crypt. I'm changing it to other CAD.
Oh, he's switching tabs. He means that. Okay. There we go.
So typically in the FOC, the last episode was filmed actually before FOC kickoff. Hi, Mr. Block. The last episode was filmed actually before FOC kickoff, and typically on the show we would, show you some FOC CAD, show you the robot progress and whatnot. But instead of doing that, we decided not to film any episodes of this show, and instead just come to you with completed robot CAD and an almost completed robot build. So this is Floyd. Deppy. So bringing back the 4930 and robot nameplates from last year.
Pretty cool.
This robot is pretty rad.
Yeah. It is. I really like the just talking about the design. I love the hexagons that we put in a whole bunch of the place. But yeah, you can talk about what.
So let's start with the drivetrain.
Yeah.
Usually a good place to start. Drivetrain here, I'll take the mouse.
Okay.
Drivetrain pretty standard. Swerve drive. You know it, you love it. We're using the Mark IV eyes on the back, and we're using the Mark IV ends on the front. Electronics getting mounted upside down, because that's the only place that they would fit, and they're kind of really compressed into this space. And then
are those this is something I haven't seen yet. Are those polycarb plates to cover up the electronics?
Yep.
Those look pretty cool. They fit between the gussets.
Yes, they do.
Very cool.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, and this motor sticks out a little bit, so we gotta make a little 3D print.
Window.
Yeah, we gotta make a 3D print to cover the motor. But, yep, the electrical team is continually threatening, but not yet actually going to behead me and put my head on a pike, because at one point they had the entire bottom of the robot for electronics, and now they have like a little bit less than half of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk ball path. The ball starts with the intake, where all good robots start. We doing polycarb roller intake. First time we've ever done it. Loving the polycarb rollers. We're using the 50-baht ones. Very rigid, very stiff. Makes the intake very strong.
And it's got the what it's called cat tongue tape.
It's got cat tongue tape on it, which is just it's grip tape.
Yeah, it's the tongue of a cat, which I didn't know. I thought he was saying Kapton tape, which is the stuff you put on electronics, and I thought that's not going to give you any grip because it's film. But
cat tongue tape.
Cat tongue.
Apparently, cat tongue's particularly grippy. I didn't know that. Aluminum side plating. We're doing something a little bit different. We're getting a little bit quirky. The motor. We got a Rev Vortex, Neo Vortex here, driving the intake. And this is actually the roller, and these compliant wheels actually spin opposite directions, so that the ball gets a little bit of upward velocity. So that it's getting on top of the balls already in the system. It's not in CAD, but eventually I think we're going to put a little slanted piece, polycarb piece that goes across this space to kind of help them go up, but also still vector this way.
Nate, I have a question.
Yo.
This intake, it's this whole hopper, it's outside the frame perimeter. What did you do?
Oh, yes. So this whole intake is, it's not in CAD yet because we need to make the spacer, but this whole intake is used a fundamental spacer connected to the hopper, so that when the I'm only like half confident still works in CAD right now. So when the whole intake comes in, bro, can we lock in? Comes in, no, bro.
Just move the pivot.
Come on.
Maybe it needs the touch.
The intake CAD is finicky, so it's possible it's just
intake comes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Okay, so how it's supposed to work when the CAD is the intake pivots around this shaft back here, which is belt driven down to a crack and down there, and the intake moves upwards, rotates inwards like this, which brings the hopper backwards. I can actually show you the hopper moving in this assembly.
Yeah.
So the hopper can extend inwards and outwards. So the hopper starts in here. When the intake goes out, the hopper comes out. When the intake goes in, hopper comes back in. Comes in about that far, and we got some slots on this piece, the honeycomb, to give it some path for the hopper to move inwards. So the intention is to leave the intake out for most of the match to increase our hopper space, and then bring it in. Keep it in at starting config, and also bring it in for climbing at the end, but we'll get there. After the balls are intake, they roll down this little ramp and into the indexer. So I'm going to open it up in here.
That ramp is made out of some very bendy thin polycarb that's been zip tied to some.
Yeah, it's been zip tied to the sides, and also there's some polycarb ribs below it that it gets zip tied to. Those roll down into this belt indexer. Belts on the bottom, belts on top, which indexes it this way. And then we got a cranberry alarm style. They did a robot in 3 days style 2-inch compliant wheel that brings it up into the shooter. The shooter is a 2-motor shooter using some orange Bainbot wheels and 2 SDS flywheels. The whole mechanism is on a turret. We found some what I believe are record player bearings in our lab, so we decided to use those for our turret. No worries. And we so 2 motors driving that, and then we got a rack and pinion redirector on the back, driven by a 3rd motor. And then there's also some driven black WCP compliant wheels on that, and then the whole thing is spun down here by this turreting motor. So that's the shooter. This seems to be... Oh, okay, so this is allegedly the climber, but it seems to have a bit of a cat issue, so just imagine this. So these hooks...
No, that's how he wants to do the climb. That's how, yeah. That is, wow.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to explain this with that cat. All right. We'll get, transition. Okay. I'm going to explain the climber using a step stool. All right? So you got your bar up here, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got 2 hooks down here that fold. Give me your arm. That fold up like this. I'm just trying to remember what it looks like. Josh made the climb, but basically 2 hooks. We're doing the Robonauts climb, so 2 hooks come. Oh, Josh, this is the bug. Use your hands to act as the climber. So yes, 2 hooks come up under the bar, and then the whole robot pivots up to an L1 climb.
That's a really good representation of what it's going to look like the first time we try it.
No,
yes.
that won't happen.
Josh, can you take this?
We can strain it on a bolt. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So yes. So in summary, a robot can drive, fit under the trench.
Yep.
So it's short. We gotta fit under the trench. It can intake, store probably about 40 to 50 balls. Just based off our math. I can index those balls into the shooter. The shooter is on a turret, which has about 200 degrees of motion shooting out over the intake side. And then the robot can climb to L1. So pretty rad. Read the build thread if you want to get a little bit more in depth on that.
The build thread?
The build thread.
What build thread?
The FSC 4930 build thread.
On what platform is that on?
So it's this really cool thing that you made called...
You can't say that. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I just made the cool website.
It's this really cool program called The Open Alliance.
Yep.
And you can find it at theopenalliance.org. Thank you, Cam. And also, so that's the CAD. The CAD's like kind of mostly done.
Yep.
And it's been kind of mostly done for a couple weeks. And I'm just transitioning back to the CAD really quick. Where did my mouse go? The robot, there's a significant part of the...
Woohoo!
Oh.
Presents.
I'm going to let Hamid look at this while parts of the robots that are currently built. Drivetrain built, electronics on, intake on, indexer back here on, shooter and top, these 2 top plates built, but they are not yet attached. And so what we need to build is the climate and the hopper extension. So that is an entire January's and most of a February's worth of FSE progress summed up in probably about 10 minutes. Howard, what did you just get?
I got USB 3.07 port hub, portable monitor, like 4 audio cables, which is actually too many, I think, but you know what? We'll use them for other stuff. Got NEMA to IEC power connectors.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yes. Power strip. 2 Arducam 5 megapixel wide angle camera. 2 XMS JSIY XLR and 1/4-inch socket combo connectors.
Shouldn't there be more of those?
Yeah, there should be more of those.
Oh, okay.
Actually, not anymore now that we're doing a smaller interface.
Oh, okay. Well,
And-
just to explain what we're doing, this is
Wait, there's one more, and there's the Dell Optiplex 90-watt power adapter. That is the haul.
that is Hamid and I's grocery haul for a senior project. Hamid and I are building. Do you guys know what a theremin is?
I know what a theremin is.
Oh, I'm just gonna pull up cat. All right, let me explain a theremin. All right, this is my water bottle, right? That made a funny sound. Water bottle, right? So a theremin is the only instrument, at least to my knowledge, that you can play by not touching it. So use two hands, and the theremin makes a capacitor between the metal rod. There's a metal rod that's vertical and a metal rod that is horizontal, and it makes a capacitor between your hands and said metal rods. And the changing in capacitance on normally the horizontal vertical capacitor, that changes the pitch, and you use your other hand to, it's actually like this, use your other hand to control volume.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a theremin. So Hamid and I looked at that and said, those are pretty cool. Who doesn't like theremins? Know who played a theremin? Jimmy Page. Know what Jimmy Page did? He was the guitarist in Led Zeppelin. He was pretty rad. So we were like, that's pretty rad. Let's make a theremin.
And so we built this theremin.
Yes, so this is a theremin. But we're not doing a boring theremin made out of capacitors and electricity. No, we're getting funky. We're doing hand tracking.
Yes.
With the Arducams, computer vision.
Yeah.
Dell
And-
laptops.
And the funniest thing about the senior project is that, at least for the software component of it,
It took a day.
it took a couple hours to make it.
So the reason we're doing the hand tracking is because if you do hand tracking, you can do fun stuff. So you can do distance from the camera
Yep.
for like pitch and volume.
Yep.
But then since you're tracking your hands, you can also do some rotation.
Yeah, you can do.
You can do some grasping.
Yep.
And that the
You can do
computer
individual fingers.
You can do individual
I could
fingers.
assign my fingers to fader channels in FL Studio. It's crazy.
And you can do fun stuff like I can change my notes over here and I can change my volume over here, but if I rotate my hand like this, I can add reverb
Yeah.
to my synth.
And if I do this, I filter LFO,
Yeah.
all of the different things. You can just hook up anything to it. We're using something, actually, this is a quick plug because I just really like this. Oh, car.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a thing called Cardinal. It is a modular synthesizer. This is going to be the heart of the project. The software that I'm building is going to basically take hand tracking and make it into a MIDI interface. It's going to go to this thing. This thing has all of the different ins and outs that you would need to make any sort of instrument that you ever want in a synthesizer. You put any hand tracking feature onto any sound aspect, and you put it out to speakers, and it sounds crazy.
And you can make it all customizable and
Yep.
configurable. It can be really rad. It gets really cool really quick.
And you can put in extra, so what we're gonna do, the one thing we haven't bought yet is a audio interface. And once we buy the audio interface, that's gonna let us take inputs into the theremin, so we can plug in like a synthesizer, like an external one, or like a
guitar.
microphone, a guitar, we can just plug that in.
And then the theremin becomes like a guitar pedal
Yeah.
that you can play
with your hands.
with your hands.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
I can play
transition
guitar.
back,
Oh,
'cause
you
I
got
do
more stuff to
actually
show?
wanna some
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, so right now we have a whole bunch of parts, but we have also some concepts of what we want it to be. This is my drawings, my great technical drawings of what I'm thinking of, right? It's going to be this big box with a little tower coming out of it, and it's going to have the camera on. One camera's going to be on the tower, one's going to be on the base. So you put your hand here, you put your hand here, and then there's going to be an audio interface at the back of it, and you're going to have a screen at the front of it so that you can touch it and plug stuff into your synthesizer and whatnot. And it's going to use all of these components. I made a little diagram, which is pretty cool. And then we made this. Well, I made this pretty recently. This is like a little concept of what I think that we might do for the manufacturing of it. Still up in the air whether or not
Yeah.
we're going to go this route, but I think it would
It's
be
not
cool.
easy to manufacture something like that, but
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty rad.
Well, Senkatsen can do it, and that would be fun.
I'm sure they can.
And then there's a whole bunch of this stuff that we still have to do. This is all the parts, and we have to make mounts for all of them so we can make our electronics plate. This is a mount that I made just today. So
that's the computer for that's the brain of the
this is the
machine.
brain, and then there's the interface, which we will have to swap out because it's sold out like everywhere, which kind of sucks. Behringer, yes.
So yeah, we're using a different interface.
Yeah, this is not the interface that we're going to use, but if we did, that's the mount for it. So yeah, all of this stuff will eventually turn into a pretty cool
Theremins, yeah,
theremin.
theremins, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll have lights in it, by the way. It's RGB theremin, gaming theremin. We'll put like the
RGB gaming theremin.
We'll put the ROG and Razer logos on it. We'll just yeah, it'll be awesome. So
And with that,
that's
we
pretty
have to
cool.
go to calc.
Yeah, we do have to go to calc in 9 minutes. Oh, we got time. But yeah, that's the theremin. We're gonna go build it soon. I'm gonna go open all my presents. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.